Pandas is a Python library that helps you import, organize, and process data. If you're familiar with R, you'll see that it's similar to data frames in R. In fact, the primary data structure in Pandas is called a data frame. So let's see how to create a data frame using Pandas. Select data with something called Boolean indexing, and make plots using data in a data frame. Let's first import pyplot as PLT and Pandas as PD. These labels, by the way, are standard conventions, but you don't necessarily have to follow them. Suppose here, as an example, you hosted a series of events in 2008, 2012, and 2016. Let's say you have information about how many attendees were there each year and the average age of those attendees. To create a data frame to store this information, we're going to create some dummy data as a dictionary with 3 attributes: year, attendees, and average age. This reads, for example, in 2008, you had 112 attendees, and the average age of those attendees was 24. We can parse this dummy data as a data frame with pd.dataframe with this dictionary as the argument. We'll save the resulting data in a variable called df, and let's see what it looks like. You can see that there are 3 columns corresponding to the attributes in our dummy data: year, attendees, and average age. You can select a single column out of this data frame, for example with df square brackets, single quotes, year. This selects the year column. The type of this new data is something called a Pandas series. It's similar to a regular Python list and also to a NumPy array if you're familiar with NumPy. You can apply an inequality operation on the series with df square brackets year less than 2013. This gives back a series of Boolean values: true where the year is earlier than 2013, false when the year is equal to or larger than 2013. Let's store this data in a variable called earlier than 2013. Using this Boolean series, you can select only the part of the data where the year is earlier than 2013 with df square brackets earlier than 2013. This is called Boolean indexing. Now let's say that you want to examine how the number of attendees has changed over the last 3 events. To do this, you might want to plot the number of attendees against the year. There are a few different ways to do this, but I recommend using the plt.plot function as we saw in the last video, since it's the simplest way to do it. So just write plt.plot df year, df attendees. This of course says plot the year on the x-axis and plot the number of attendees on the y-axis. If we want to plot the number of attendees and the average age on the same plot, we can just call plt.plot multiple times. So here, the second line will be created with plt.plot df square brackets year, df square brackets average age. And let's also add a legend to clarify which line represents which attribute as well with plt legend, square brackets, attendees, and average age. In the next video, we're going to examine another way of creating a Pandas data frame.